Thursday, CNN for the terminally online. That's our new slogan. How do we like it? How are we feeling?
With top callers. Can't wait for the cease and desist. At first we were going to do Claudebot for the terminally online, but we saw what happened to them.
Claudebot for the Moltbot online.
I wanted to start by saying Chris hasn't had the green dot on Slack in 2 years. And you explained to me why you do it, which I think is people just message you less. Is this true?
You never want to see the enemy, or you never want to let the enemy know where you are,
Right.
So if you have just a bunch of people in Slack and they all want something from you, you just got to go Slack status off. And then you can wait like 3 days and people will just forget that they Slacked you stuff. And then if it's really important, they'll just Slack you again.
You're pulling out Sun Tzu tactics on Slack. There should be like some long ass book on Slack strategies. I mean, it's a good idea. The worst is when you Slack someone when they're inactive and then you see the green dot come on and then you see the green dot go right back off. So you know that they checked your shit on the app and just chose to ignore it.
Yeah, 100%.
I've had my Slack status as sick or on vacation since I started my corporate job, and people never hit me up. And it's so easy. I also, when I'm at the office, I try to cough as much as possible and like leave tissues all over my desk because people correlate coughing with sickness. And I've noticed that people don't really like getting sick. So people will avoid you if you're coughing and stuff, which means you get less work. So
yep. Yeah, 100%.
Well.
Yeah, you got to do something to I think like change the status every month. Like every 2 months, somebody will be like, dude, are you okay? Like, are you dying? You've been sick for 2 months. But then if you just put like flip it to out of office, the other good thing that you can do is just keep Slack status on, but always keep in a meeting on.
In a meeting is good.
You're always in a meeting. And so it's like, I'll just wait until his Slack status says he's out of a meeting to like send him this thing, even though it's kind of async. I feel a little bit bad. What if his notifications are on? Just always keep in a meeting on, or just delete Slack. Just delete it and don't tell anybody and see what happens. It's a good vibe.
I mean, they can't fire you for deleting Slack. It's your computer. It's your phone. I did something similar with I changed my name on Slack. I removed my profile picture and I put my Kevin.Baker and then in parentheses inactive or deactivated, because that's usually what happens when someone gets fired. So then when people go to Slack me, they see Kevin.Baker deactivated and they go, oh shit, that guy got fired. Obviously, I'm not going to Slack him. He's not going to get it.
It's genius.
So our $10,000 course is coming out soon. How to get less Slacks. That should be your goal every day. Everyone's working towards, how can I do less work every day in my corporate job? Try less and make more time to scroll AI generated reels, because that's all we want to do.
Absolutely. That's where the future is heading. You're going to scroll reels from your virtual burger flipping job at Burger King while you're wearing your VR headset. It's going to be amazing. The future
is bright. You'll be taking
bright.
smoke breaks from your burger flipping VR job, and you'll be doing virtual VR smoke breaks where you're hitting cigarettes in an alleyway in a dirty white apron. I can't wait. I can't wait for VR depression. Like, until we get the full metaverse going, like you want to feel all of life in there, and you want to be depressed in the metaverse.
Dude, I saw our chats finally working. We had this problem with Restream, friend of the podcast. They weren't showing any of our comments for like the back half of last Tuesday's episode, which was a huge bummer because the comments were amazing. We saw them after the fact.
We weren't neglecting any of you guys, we promise.
Yeah. All right. So here's my favorite thing that I've seen on the timeline, perhaps in weeks.
If this is another AI Diddy reel.
Oh, okay. We'll just skip it then. Never mind. All right, look at this. Creator Ivan Miranda is going viral for his clock that tells the time with black and white marbles. This is so sick.
Whoa. Damn.
Isn't that
How
legit?
loud is that thing? Imagine if your desk was next to that.
Yeah, it's got to be real loud.
I like. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's untenable.
That's the person, your neighbor in your apartment at 1:30 a.m. The unemployed apartment.
Yeah, if you live on like the 4th story of a 5-story building, your neighbor's going to build that with bowling balls. It's going to be a floor to ceiling. It's going to be incredible.
I like how Dextero or Dexerto and like a lot of these X posts are like, this guy's going viral for doing this, when it's like, this is the first time I'm seeing it. Like, it can't be going that viral.
Here's a thing that we're going to make viral.
Yeah, exactly. Raised and Confused is going viral for this.
Raised and Confused is very much going viral. Oh, speaking of going viral, have you heard about user 57085?
That guy killed my dog.
Yeah. Shame on him. Okay. So for those who aren't terminally online and haven't followed this, X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, which was formerly known as Odeo, is giving away $1 million to the person that gets the highest number of views on an article by this Friday. Okay.
Holy shit.
So there's this person who signed up. They're following like 6 people. They've never posted before. This is like basically a brand new account. They are based somewhere in the UK. New user, random username, and they published this article trying to see if they could go viral. And I think that they cannot win the money because I think the article has to be a minimum length, and they did not hit the length, which is funny. But it's generated 10 million views.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I wonder how it started.
I wonder like how exactly they manufacture this. They definitely like tagged a bunch of people, which maybe like tagging people is helping. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's terrible. Also, fuck Restream. This shit just shut down my LinkedIn and the YouTube again. This is fucking bullshit. Can you? It streamed for 4 minutes on my LinkedIn, then shut it down like a. Are you kidding me?
Account. Wait, can I try? Wait, paired channels. I think if you rebroadcast, allow guests to rebroadcast, you should be able to repair. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I can't add yours on my side because it says you can pick one LinkedIn channel if you don't like do through the guest pairing. Okay, here's a rant about this. This is important as you figure this out. LinkedIn has a large opportunity to be at parity with YouTube, X, Twitch, Instagram for short format business streaming. And I don't know why they don't do it. Like if we stream to our LinkedIns, it gets a fraction of the views and comments as X does. Like if they're all about optimizing video on their platform, this is like the easiest no-brainer. You could have like accountants talking about tax advice. You could have recruiters talking about how to not get fired. There's like endless possibilities here. Kevin's so mad that he quit the stream midstream, and he's going to go reboot his computer and try to figure this out. Ooh, that's a good angle.
Let's go.
Let's go. He's back. We're looking at an HDMI cord. We're killing it today.
This is. Oh, there we go.
Okay. This is so good.
Okay.
Even better. Yep, that's it.
Here we go. Restream. Come on, man. Do better.
Do better.
Saw me do shit. Okay, let's go. Oh, God. Saying there's an error occurred. Let's get into shoeless at the office policies
This is important.
and attire. So tell me about what would you usually wear to the office? Let's say you just started, or no, let's say you're a year into a corporate job, you're a mid-level manager, you spend 4 hours in meetings a day and the rest of it you're on your computer sending emails. What are you wearing to the office?
Let's do some feet pics on the stream. Let's do a footwear reveal.
Do you got shoes inside?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn! No way.
Yeah, you gotta I've basically worn Ariat boots everywhere for like 10 years plus.
You must be a enterprise BDR because that's wild. I mean, that's cool. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you 2 pictures, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about here.
Okay, let's do it.
So here's the first one. What profession do you think about?
I think do we need to like censor that top left photo?
Fuck. Office attire. Gray joggers. What
I just feel
profession is
like
wearing
I think
these?
it's, I think we can get into it. I just feel like the guy that you have pulled up right now, he probably should be wearing some sort of a shirt into the office.
It's crazy how many of these pictures don't have shirts. But okay, so keep this saved in your mind right now while I show you this next picture. Combine those gray joggers with these and guess the salary. Let's see if I can get both on one page. Do these ring a bell?
See, here's the thing. I think if you're wearing, I used to work with several people who dress like this. It's like a lot of money, but it's a capped amount because I don't think you can wear this if you're in like a leadership or management position.
Right.
But you can if you're like a staff level engineer. Or certainly if you're like, this is how like growth marketers, some principal engineers, and like a mid-market sales guy at a startup will all dress.
Okay, let me ask also on the topic of attire, when you think about one shoe brand, when you think about tech people, Salesforce, San Francisco, people who are just trying to do least common denominator, Office, what shoe brand do you think about?
On cloud.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
This one is even worse because the shoes don't look good and they're not comfortable, but this brand holds a special place in all of our hearts. Pour one out for the Salesforce ones. Allbirds going down. They're closing all their locations. We all have the person. There's one person in every group who wore Allbirds everywhere and they took shit for it and they stuck by it. And now they can't buy a replacement pair.
Allbirds, that's a really good one too, because that was like, but I think on clouds are like the new Allbirds in tech.
Yeah,
but Allbirds were definitely the OG of like, I remember, when was Allbirds founded? Like, it's like 2010. Does that sound right?
they
Or
went
like a little
nuts.
bit later.
It's crazy how many new shoe brands I feel like. I mean, New Balance made a comeback. Hoka in, On Cloud in. I guess that's about it.
Well, those what were they, like the Vibrams?
Vibram. Oh, this is the ultimate San Francisco shoe.
Yeah, the Vehas or whatever.
Lululemon ABCs plus a pair of these.
Yeah.
Slim fit Lululemon ABCs and Veja shoes is about 60% of the San Francisco population.
Yep, 100%.
Golf shoes.
There's a there's a lot of golf shoes. Although I do get why all these things catch on initially, because I remember so Allbirds was founded in 2014. I remember probably that same year, like 10 years ago, a buddy of mine was wearing them and I was like, damn, those just look so minimalist, so comfortable. So there was something like in our, like for people that care about Apple products, there was like a perfect Venn diagram into the Allbirds market because it like looked a little bit futuristic. It was all this kind of like monotone color, laces same color. It was like nothing flashy. They looked comfortable as hell. And then 90% of San Francisco was wearing them within 3 years of that.
Which is insane. And I mean, everyone knows the classic, these are women's shoes, but you'll get the idea. The wool look. They look chill, but they just can't last. And it reminds me of, I'm sure you remember these, and there's a couple rare breeds out there still rocking these things.
Oh yeah.
The OG Yeezy shoes.
Yeezy Boost.
They went completely extinct for a while, but then more recently I've seen some folks wearing them out and about.
Can we find like there's got to be like a price graph of like the retail of Yeezys and then the secondary market that peaked in whenever it was, like 2018. Yeah, on StockX. Oh, sponsored by StockX, new sponsor of the stream.
Buy and sell Yeezy 350s. Okay, let me find the graph. There's way too many pairs of these shoes.
I have 3 insane stories about Allbirds that I've been researching in the background, by the way. Okay, here we go. All right. Allbirds. Let's pull it up.
Producer.
Allbirds. Okay. Started on Kickstarter. Kind of wild. In 2014, amidst declining demand for merino wool in New Zealand due to the rise of recycled polypropylene and a lack of industry representation, one of the founders secured a grant from New Zealand's wool industry. I don't even know how does one even...
That's
anyway.
so tough.
So the name Allbirds references New Zealand's lack of native land mammals, making it a land of all birds.
They're reaching. They're reaching
That's
there.
a reach. Also, you know, it's a reach. Stock is down 100% in 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, that's...
Damn.
It's not great.
Let's see. Is Hoka public?
You could buy the entire company of Allbirds for $34 million right now. That probably is a good buy.
You could buy it for how much?
$34 million.
Damn.
That's
Bro,
like a Series A.
That's like one more sponsor.
Yeah. Allbirds.
Light.
Throw in the towel. Yeah. Why not?
Let's see. On cloud stock, on the contrary, is... What do you think?
Are they public?
Yeah.
This is wild.
New York Stock Exchange on.
Wow.
Market cap.
Wow, that is crazy. 15 billion. That is nuts.
For on cloud shoes. They are pretty comfortable. I mean, tell me about your... I feel like many people have tried to solve the shoe shopping thing. Do you order shoes online? Do you order the same pair of shoes over and over? Do you go into stores? Which store do you go into? Everyone's got their own shoe shopping routine.
Yeah, one time I like a few years ago, I watched one of those like videos, like YouTube videos about the sneaker stores that do like reselling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's like this whole, like Yeezys and whatever. I was like, I can't pull those off. But I spent like a long time. I think it was on StockX, like searching for some like hypey pair of Nikes. I can't even remember what they're called. Anyway, I got them like 4 years ago and they fit fine. And I've never worn them out of the house because I can't pull it
Bruh.
off, I think,
Oh, I thought it was to like maintain.
No, it's just and it's that they weren't even that expensive. It was like $140 retail and the secondary was like 220. Okay. Dennis is Good Morning Vietnam and then he's in the wrong chat.
Oh shit.
That's a good back-to-back.
You know that Kalshi partnered with StockX so that you can essentially like bet in shoes, bet on like the price of shoes and Labubu. Don't tell me you bought one of those.
I have no Labubus. That
Good.
would be a great sponsor for us. If we could go Raised and Confused, sponsored by numeral.com, sponsored by higheroverseas.com, sponsored by labubu.net. That's a great trio of sponsors.
There was a huge everyone was shorting Labubu. But yeah, you can buy like shares of shoes now to trade on the resale market without actually having to own the shoes. Is this the shit that you were watching? These pop up on my feed all the time of this one dude.
Rami? Yeah.
Yeah. This stuff
Rami
is
the icon. He has look at his, I don't know if he's under like the Cool Kicks thing or if he has his own. He has like 2 million followers now.
He's hella entertaining.
Yeah.
I just like when he's like, where'd you buy these? And he's like rubbing his hand all over the shoes and like sniffing inside the shoes, like, where'd you buy these? And then the people get hella pissed when he says they're fake.
Yeah. There's I mean, the market for this type of content it seems so obvious. Like I've seen YouTube shorts of like people selling, like just like live streaming themselves, like selling soap at like a farmer's market. And then everybody else that wants to like go do like farmer's market sales is like, oh, it's so entertaining. I've seen, like all the card shops and like Pokemon, signed basketball, baseball cards, all those guys do it. The coin shops do it. The toy shops do it. There's like pawn shops that do it. It's crazy. It's just like whatever. If you have a physical brick and mortar business and you don't have a camera set up, you're like not living in 2026 anymore.
I was walking through a farmer's market the other month and there was like a magician guy and he had like a tripod with his phone like right there. And I think he was on TikTok live and he definitely had way more viewers on TikTok live than the farmer's market because it was like me and this one other guy just like watching this guy do his thing. And on TikTok, he must have had way more.
Yeah.
So it's a little sad. Like,
right.
You should essentially just always be live streaming your life because more people will like us two talking. Like we've never had a conversation that doesn't have a camera because why would we if we can't get engagement? Like
right.
Now every time I talk to my mom, I'll always film it, clip it,
yep.
And post it because if you're not live streaming, you're pretty much wasting engagement.
Yeah, if you don't have a camera in front of your
birdhouse,
conversations with your parents as you're talking about like how your uncle went insane and how he's in, like an institution somewhere, then you've totally, missed the boat. Like those private family conversations need to be seen by tens or hundreds or tens of thousands of people. Absolutely.
Right.
Every time.
So what do you think about Southwest's open seating policy? How often do you fly Southwest? Give me a rundown of.
Is that a private plane company? I'm just kidding. What?
Like when I fly Southwest on my jet? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to Arizona next month. I do not like Southwest. Well, actually, I take that back. I think Southwest, the last time I flew Southwest was in 2022 and it was like or maybe 2023, a couple years ago. It was like a 40-minute flight to Orange County And it was one of those things where like we're popping back up. It was like this like family thing. And so we flew down there, and it was, you know, a deal where like Delta, United, American, all these had like weird flight times. Southwest was almost like a bus between San Francisco and Orange County. It was going every like hour and a half. The tickets were like literally 10x cheaper. It was like $60 to go Southwest, 600 to go United. So I was like, I'm not a huge fan of open seating, but we'll do it. The experience was amazing. Like the people who work at Southwest, I think, are better than almost any other airline.
Wow.
But the open seating thing, I can't handle. It's too stressful.
But dude, you were with your wife. Did you guys
Yeah.
at least get to sit together?
Yeah, we did. But also, I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
where it's helpful. Like more people should actually be joining the military and then having kids, because you get priority boarding that way.
Right. Yeah.
If you're just with your wife, I was like, when they were boarding the Southwest flight, it was like, all right, you know, because there's no first class, they're saying, all right, any members of our, you know, military in uniform can join. I was like on the Coast Guard website on my phone trying to be like, how do I, as like a 33-year-old, join the Coast Guard really quick so I can get on this plane faster and get like the best seat? They
right.
wouldn't let me do it. But that should be your top priority.
Flying Southwest solo in the open seat policy is an absolute battle. I'm just going to share this while I tell this story, because I might shed a couple tears, and I want to make sure we have something to look at. It's over. It's all over.
Good.
There's no more. And
but
this
what
is
about
this,
like how often do you fly Southwest versus
Never.
other? I feel like you're like Alaska up in
I'm
Orcas, right?
Alaska all the way, greatest airline. I've flown Southwest, I think, twice. And this is one of those things where in the moment you're like, dude, this is so shitty. But now that it's over, you're like, at least they did it. I mean, at least they tried it. At least they were different. And so when I flew Southwest, the only time I can remember, this girl came up to me and started like asking like, oh, like, what are you doing? I forget where I was flying, but like, what are you doing at X destination? And like, we just started talking about pleasantries, small talk. And she's like, hey, do you want to sit next to each other on the plane? And I realized at that moment that, and she like had a wedding ring and stuff. So I was like, okay, I know what's going on. But I realized she was playing 4D chess. Like at the Southwest gate, you look for the most normal looking people. You can kind of get behind people, get a little whiff, make sure they smell okay. And like some litmus tests, see who's wearing flip-flops. And she had chosen me. I was honored.
Yeah.
And like she had herself set up. There was no surprise policy. We walked on the plane together, sat together, both normal, worked out great.
Yeah. But I feel like if you now in this day and age that everybody is required to have a camera and a microphone in front of them at all times, you actually need to go the opposite. Like now that we are the co-CEOs of the Raised and Confused stream with tens of viewers on YouTube, thousands of viewers on X, 0 viewers on LinkedIn because fuck LinkedIn. We should be flying Southwest together every morning to a random destination and picking the most insane people to sit next to.
Right.
So that way we just like show up the next morning. We always have good content, good story.
Right.
Yeah. Have you seen, here's a wild thing. All right. So speaking of, we were just talking about OnCloud, $15 billion company, Allbirds, $34 million company. They're both making shoes. What if, people have always said this, you know, if you like a decision that Southwest Airlines has made, you can go buy their stock. If you dislike a decision that they've made, you can short their stock.
Right.
If you love what OnCloud is doing and you just feel like, oh, OnCloud is going to be the next like Nike, go buy their stock. Put your money where your mouth is. The thing that everybody always wants that nobody has figured out is how to short private companies that seem overhyped.
Token.
This guy at Dom, he is the founder of a company that raised, I think, some $250 million. And basically the company, I think, is worth $0 now. He sort of became the face of people on X who just tweet incessantly and don't actually know how to run a company.
Mm.
And so he took this skill set and has created this thing called Stickier. And it is a marketplace where you can buy, sell, and short startups. And
Wow.
you can sort of like go long or short the individual profiles of like certain CEOs.
Like net worth?
I would guess this whole thing is a scam, given this guy's past, and also like Theranos is on here and his own company Fast. So I think it's like kind of a joke, but I also think that they have like a real login where I can like go to this guy's profile. Let's see, how do I buy? I don't know. I don't understand. Is it this feels like some crypto scam thing?
This is ridiculous. I always think about like going on Kalshi in the morning and seeing your face and name on there, like Chris Baki dead by 2029. And there's people throwing like thousands of dollars betting on you. And of course, I don't think there's any about like death yet. Yeah. But there's like, people getting thrown out of office, people getting fired, people getting these huge controversies, like people getting arrested. It's like Chris Baki arrested by 2027 is like a real thing that could be posted there.
That's just the people in my will. They're betting yes that I die before 2029. Please, yes. Please, yes. We need this wire to hit.
Like imagine being this guy just sipping your morning coffee. You go on Kalshi and you're like, oh shit. Like fuck. Constantly checking the odds. There's people just commenting messy gifs on your dad.
That's funny. I didn't know that they had comments on all these. That's even better.
It's hilarious. And they're all about the rules, like what happens if this? What happens if this?
What I don't understand is like, isn't there stuff on Kalshi like the end of the world before 20? Like, how do some of these payouts happen?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
We talked about Jesus coming back, right? Right. Like, let's see if we search,
or like nuclear bomb or.
Nuclear. Okay, what if we say, I don't know if they'll have bomb on here. That'd be insane. Nope, it's just Counter-Strike. But if we search Jesus on here, damn. What happened to the good date?
I feel like maybe you can't do any of the end of the world scenarios now because people were complaining about the payouts. Like like a year or two ago, you used to have all these like crazy scenarios that you could go long or short.
This is nuts. The Grammys too. Speaking of prediction markets and gambling and how you can lose money, how you can spend your hard-earned salary in the stupidest ways. I don't know if you saw this. It's been going pretty viral. Make your own prediction markets with your friends. Bro, Alexa's gonna be late again, because that's exactly how us Gen Xers text. We're chill, we're cool, and of course they have notifications silenced. Kalshi's a little limited. I can't bet on if Chris is gonna join the stream on time, or if Numeral's gonna renew their sponsorship, or if you can hire an EA for cheaper on Hire Overseas than you can on Athena by taking less margin. I can't bet if, Numeral's gonna file my taxes on time. I do know if they don't, that they're gonna pay all the fees because that's the Numeral guarantee. There's a lot of things that you don't know. That's why this guy Niche came up with Wager prediction markets with your friends.
This is genius.
So now within the app, LMAO, she's going to show up, but some Subway, $20 says she's in after 11. You're in. Start a bet within iMessage. create your own bet. Select how much pay you money. Your friends should be paying you. Okay?
The
And
entire
now
world is a casino. And if you
everything's a
haven't realized
casino.
that now, you are missing out.
You can now take your friend's money by insider trading with your friends. Because I'm going to tell Alexa, hey, show up after 11. I'll split the money with you. Let's go fuck over Tim.
Totally.
We know he works at Amazon. He makes like $200K a year. He can afford it. So this is the state of the world now.
Everybody is just passing $7 back and forth to one another until we all die. Welcome to the US economy in 2026. Gold is worth $1 billion. Microsoft lost $1 trillion of market cap in one day. As we just go back, we're like cycling out of tech and cycling back into physical metals that are going to just like clank around in our pockets. And we're all just going to be paying each other in Chipotle gift cards to try to like bribe somebody to do a thing, to like show up holding a water bottle to the party.
This is real. And 2 days ago, so he posted this January 27th. Same day, he said, quick life update. I'll be joining Polymarket as the design engineer to make their web experience magical. So I don't know if Polymarket saw this and they were like, okay. So he joined Polymarket 2 hours after this post went up. So I'm assuming he already had the job, but it would be even better if Polymarket saw this and was like, yep, we'll take that.
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy.
Start making money off your friends, gamble, bet on everything.
Yeah, the gambleification of everything. You know, we love Kalshi. We also love Polymarket. We'll edit out whichever one doesn't sponsor us by the next stream, but we're huge fans of both.
We love both. We love gambling. Gamble on the stream.
What's so that I think like some of the craziest news of yesterday was that Tesla is going to stop production of their 2 premium cars in order to produce the Optimus humanoid robots in those factories. This was insane.
I saw that. Does anyone have an Optimus robot yet? Like I saw those X1 1X robots for about 2 minutes and then lost sight of them.
We also, this stream is not sponsored by Restream. It's the fucking opposite of whatever whoever wants to come in and sponsor the stream, we need to move off of Restream for next time.
Anti-sponsor. We need to get a box for anti-sponsorships. People who we hate.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll have like the people that we love, numeral.com, higheroverseas.com, kalshi.com, polymarket.com, boeing.com, raytheon.com, allbirds.com. We'll have all of those going in the ticker. And then for all the companies that we are shorting, on Cloud, Restream, we'll put them in a separate place and we'll just talk shit about them. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. This is not the best article on it, but it's pretty wild. So the Roadster is still coming, I guess, in April of 2026. And yada yada. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like I still see Model X's and S's on the road all the time. They must be selling a ton of them. I mean, it's not nearly as prevalent as the Y or the 3, but it's crazy that Tesla actually did the thing where they started off making these like super premium $250,000 cars back in the day. Then and they were built on like the Lotus Elise base, I think. And then they moved to like $150,000 or $175,000 Model S, and then they just like kept coming down market And now they've come down market so far that you can go lease like a Model 3 for like $200-300 a month with the right down payment. And they're just going to
Yeah.
wild.
I mean, now it makes me want to get an Optimus robot even more. And how much did he say the Optimus robots would sell for? Wasn't it like 20 or 30? He said between $20,000 and $30,000. So when mass produced, he wants to make it cost less than a car. I mean, I'd buy one. Why not? Can it stream? I want mine to live stream.
That'll actually be that'd be pretty legit. We just get 2 Optimuses. You could for sure get, if they're call it $25,000 each, you could get 2 of them, have a 24/7 stream where they just like babble about nothing in the same way that we do, and then
Right.
just throw some sponsors at the bottom. Exactly. This is like the biggest market opportunity we've ever seen. Actually, it's crazy to think about. Like, if I had an Optimus today, the thing I would be doing with it is I would be flying to Taipei or wherever like Alex Honnold just climbed that tower, and I would tell my Optimus, "Yo, go climb that tower, and I'm going to live stream it."
Right.
And of course, he would like just keep walking into the tower and falling over, but it'd be like the greatest 4-hour live stream everywhere, anywhere. So he'd be like, "Oh, is he going to actually climb this tower? Can he actually figure out the footing? He won't be able to, or it won't be able to." But just that title on YouTube, Tesla Optimus robot scales the 101-story Hotel Taipei or whatever.
And got paid more than Alex Honnold.
Right.
Realistically, what would you do if you had an Optimus right now? Like, what would it be doing? Laundry?
I do hate doing laundry. I mean, I think that would be it's like this is like the straight out of like the 50s and 60s with like the Jetsons. You know, it's like if you just have like a little robot shuttling around your house, doing laundry, being the Roomba, collecting intelligence on your house and selling it to the Syrian army, you know, normal stuff.
I definitely wouldn't have my Optimus robot ordering Jersey Mike's. Do you know who owns Jersey Mike's?
No.
You don't know who owns Jersey Mike's?
Is it Jersey Mike?
I'm about to blow your head off. Because what would you think if I told you that Blackstone owns Jersey Mike? Private equity.
Love it. Is it actually Blackstone?
It's Blackstone literally owns Jersey Mike's, because I remember seeing this and I could not believe my eyes. They also own Great Wolf Lodge. Like the greatest businesses are just being sanitized by Blackstone, and now we're seeing this guy. I'm not sure who this guy is, but he's not impressed. Too much bread and not enough steak. He got a cheesesteak, and look at this sandwich. Blackstone is going to own your house, and they're going to force feed you Philly cheesesteaks. Oh, I'm getting shut down by Blackstone. We are under cyber attack by Blackstone.
This is actually insane. Blackstone owns Jersey Mike's, Great Wolf, and Moderna.
What's Moderna?
It's like the vaccine.
Oh my God. Blackstone owns the company that gave you the COVID vaccines, and they're making this, and they're calling this a Philly cheesesteak. This is what people in New York's rations are going to look like very soon once
100%.
Blackstone takes over the meals.
Is there, this will be good. Is there any business that has ever been bought by private equity that consumers 1 year, 3 years, 5, 10 years later go, things really got better ever since Blackstone bought that company. Let's see.
There's no way.
We are paid tons of money by X to do this stream. We're going to grok it instead of GPT it.
Maybe the only thing I can think of is maybe like dentist and doctor office roll-ups if things become more efficient. If it's like a local dentist office and then it's like super hard to get an appointment. That's the only thing I'll say.
Okay. Let's see.
Private equity. Let's see what you got.
Like fake things. Shout out to Restream for not centering. Okay.
Shout out Toys R Us.
All right. Is there any business that people think improved after being bought by private equity? Yes, several examples. IFS, that seems fake. Visma.
Oh yeah, the Nordic business software.
Yeah, you know, the regional SME public sector player, Visma. We love Visma. Actually, all these shitty companies should just become sponsors.
They gave me the vaccine.
These should actually be the anti-sponsors. We are sponsored by numeral.com, greatest place to handle your sales tax compliance and stay, you know, compliant and up to date with US sales tax, global VAT. It's the AI native solution for sales tax. We're also sponsored by hireoverseas.com. They help hire for boring businesses. They help you hire EAs for your startups. They've scaled marketing teams by dozens and dozens of people. We use them on the stream. We love them. And we are not sponsored by IFS, the enterprise software provider acquired by EQT in 2015. We are certainly not sponsored by Visma, the Nordic business software company that's a regional SME public sector player. And we would never, ever take money from Breitling, the luxury watchmaker that CVC took a majority stake in 2017. I think this is kind of what you're talking about, though.
And we're not
like
by Jersey Mike.
This is like a thing that I could see. Like if you take if you have like an HVAC company, but here's the thing. I've talked about this on X a lot. Like anytime you have somebody showing up in like a brand new Ford F-250 truck and they're getting out with like an iPad and they're like doing some like virtual quote for you to go fix the thing, that quote is going to be 6x what like the random dude that barely ever answers his phone is going to charge you. So that's not better. It's like maybe better, faster service, but like the overall product is the fucking same. They either fix your plumbing or they don't. They charge you 6x.
Yeah, that's the issue with everything now. Everything is becoming so efficient. It's like sometimes, yeah, just hire the guy who you don't know when he's going to show up. And then when he shows up, you don't know if he's the plumber or he's trying to break in your house.
This is the this I think is this is my favorite post of the week. We're gonna tag Vinod. We're gonna give him a shout out. I don't even follow this guy. He doesn't follow me. But this is the most true thing. Adulting involves your phone's flashlight a lot more than I had anticipated. And actually, there's almost certainly a graph of iPhone flashlight time spent in the flashlight app with your age. When I was like 20, they had a little flashlight on my like Android device, never used it. When you're 25, maybe like once a week, you're trying to find a thing. Now, every morning, kids are like asleep. It's like dark. Like one of them's yelling. I'm trying to figure out who's yelling from their room. I'm like walking up and down the hallway. But when I'm like 70, we're all living in the metaverse. I'm going to be using my, we won't have iPhones by then, but I'm going to be using my VR headset flashlight all the time to like read menus in dark restaurants, you know, find small screws for my glasses that I dropped on the floor. It's like a perfectly linear graph of flashlight use time with age.
This is a great topic because there's a couple things I want to touch on here. First being...
That's the only time somebody's been like, oh yeah, since we're talking about the flashlight app, this is perfect. Segue.
Okay, so the modern day, there's nothing worse when someone says, hey man, your fly's down. But there is something similar these days with the iPhone Flash, which is when you accidentally forget to turn it off, or somehow it comes on and you don't notice. And it's when you got the flashlight on in the pocket. This is the modern days down. You go, oh shit, I promise I'm not trying to record anything. And it's just the worst. The two other pieces of this, one is soon, if you're not already, you will be using your phone flashlight in restaurants to try to look at the menu with your reading glasses on. This is what both my parents do. I see people do this all the time. First you go, why is it so dark in here? And then you turn on your flashlight and you have to squint through your reading glasses. And then you get to a certain age where you have your flash on and you have the camera on and you have to zoom in on the menu using your phone. I want to ask you, I remember this, you must, before iPhone had the native flashlight and you had to download an external app. Do you remember that?
Yep.
So the first iPhone released in 2007. Guess what year Apple added a native flashlight?
Oh, this is good. So the first app you said was 2007.
The first iPhone was released in the United States in 2007.
Oh, does it say when the first like third-party developer flashlight app got shipped?
I'll find that. First flashlight app on iPhone. It must have been soon. Okay. First iPhone comes out in 2007.
Yep.
I don't think that one even had, oh wait, maybe it did have a camera. 2007, there's no LED technology. You can't even take a flash photo. Guess when the first flashlight app comes out?
2013.
People were on it before. 2010.
Wow.
So 3 years after the first iPhone came out.
The developer was called Blue Sky?
By More Blue Sky. I wonder how much revenue these guys made, because I don't remember having to charge or having to pay. They just did it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
I think the craziest thing is, check this out. Okay, so this guy says he made nearly $1,400 in one day from his free ad-supported LED light, which $14 in one day now on Vibe Code Twitter wouldn't mean shit.
Yep.
But the flashlight app by i4 Software was listed on Apptopia with a starting price of $1 million. It doesn't say whether it's sold or not. But I think the craziest thing is that you go from the iPhone being released in 2007 to the first third-party app being released in 2010, 3 years later, to another 3 years later for Apple to have the built-in flashlight feature. So that's 6 years from the first iPhone to the flashlight being built in, which is crazy because now
Wait, is this true? Dennis said same with Bluetooth.
Was there a Bluetooth third-party app? Let's see.
It just took that can't be right. It just took them that long to add it, maybe.
The first iPhone in 2007 featured Bluetooth upon launch. So, sorry, Dennis. We fact check. We don't do misinformation around here.
We do some misinformation.
Yeah,
if a brand wants to pay us to spread misinformation about your competitors,
yes,
we are the stream for you.
We are doing anti-ads. Okay, so my whole feed was airlines for some reason. Are you a aisle seat or a window seat guy?
Aisle seat.
Why is that?
I like to, all right. I like the aisle seat because if you are let's say I usually would fly first class these days, but if I am on a Southwest
Damn.
flight,
Okay.
here's the thing. I'm going to teach everybody a little secret about flying first class. You can be broke and still fly first class, because what you do is, let's say that you're flying from Seattle to San $100, first class, 1,500, maybe 1,200 on Alaska, something like that. What you do is you ask the flight attendant, you pay the $1,200 for your first class seat. You sit in the aisle. Somebody's going to be sitting in the window. You ask the flight attendant to keep bringing that person drinks, water, coffee, whatever. Even on an hour and a half flight, that person's going to have to go to the bathroom. You turn to them and say, it's $1,200 cash or I'll make a scene.
Right.
Free flight.
Well, I was thinking, so I used to do this. You keep ordering drinks for the person next to you. Another shot, another shot, another shot. Peer pressure. Obviously, they have to keep taking them. They go to the bathroom. I say, go to the bathroom as much as you want. Then when they're gone, usually people typically don't bring their stuff to the bathroom. Like
Right.
they'll leave their backpack behind.
Yeah.
So you have instant access. Nobody's really watching you. You go in there and they usually have a laptop, wallet, which is usually worth more than $1,200. So
Right.
get them drunk, let them go to the bathroom, take the most valuable stuff out of their backpack, sell it.
So it's just raw. It's just pure. Mine is more of like a heavy-handed coercion, mafia style. Yours is just like grand theft larceny.
But aisle people.
Wait, are you team window?
I'm 100% window all the way.
Wow.
It actually depends on the length of the flight. So if the flight is between 0 and 5 hours, I'm team window. Once we get into international territory and we're getting to 10+ hour flights, sometimes I'll go for aisle. United, they're saying aisle. They're teaming with team aisle. They're saying aisle are more premium seats than window. They're charging aisle sells $5 more than window chads. And see, this is great news for me. I'm a window chad.
Wait, 25. Okay, so 25D is the aisle, 25F is the, got it. Okay.
Yep. So
that seems fair.
That's crazy though. I mean, I always like windows because you have full control. You can always have the window open. I don't care if the middle seat's trying to sleep. Okay.
Ethan's sitting in the middle seat.
Ethan has a strategy. He told me he pays extra to choose a seat to sit in the middle seat of the exit row.
Right.
People who take the exit rows, they're smart, usually have more money. It's for rich people who don't want to pay for first class. Maximum networking potential. You can also take both armrests.
Mm-hmm.
I like window seat because I like power. And with the window seat comes a lot of power. Blind the people next to you, even if they're trying to sleep. Right. You can shove your head through the window. No one else is looking out this thing. Oh my God. You guys should be seeing this over here. Holy shit. That's insane.
This is like the best view I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys are missing it.
$20. I usually when I sit window, I bring binoculars and I charge people to look out the window with the binocs.
Ethan's sitting back of the plane in the middle seat, networking with 2 7-year-olds who are going to Disneyland with their parents. Hell yeah.
I always so let's look at a graph of airline seats for, here we go. So if we say that this is a typical plane, see, this looks pretty nice. So here's where Chris is sitting up here, getting
no. I'm in the thing where it says WC. I lease the water closet.
Nice.
Yeah, for the whole flight.
Now, see, people are sitting aisle, window. I sit right here. Can you guess why?
That way you can sell admission to the rear bathrooms.
Very close. This is the true networking potential seat. Anyone who goes to the bathroom has to see me, and I will be talking to them. I usually pull up a demo of my new vibe coded SaaS tool on an iPad, and I just hold it out in the aisle so that when people are waiting for the bathroom, they're forced to watch my demo.
This is good. Yeah. How many? What's your MRR?
I have to look at the fake screenshot I posted on Twitter the other day, but it's super high.
Fake Stripe screenshot. Fake Stripe screenshot. How to easily fake MRR while showing a true Stripe screenshot. Let's see.
Inspect element.
Yeah, I was just seeing if there's one that already. These are all bad. This is why Google search is going to go into zero. I mean, I think Google's going to win at a lot of other things. YouTube, Gemini, all good. Google image search, you try to search something and you just get the most random shit. Fake, like if you search fake Stripe screenshot, like half the things are thumbnails from YouTube videos showing you how to download a fake Stripe MRR dashboard generator, steal your girl, steal your bank account information. Not great.
This might be a little controversial, but it came up on my feed. Since this is a tech show, we want to talk about YC. Lily Zhao, not too fond of the YC bathroom situation. There was a YC event. She's a YC founder, winner 26. She was so excited to use the bathroom at the YC event, but then the bathrooms were gender neutral. The nice dudes of YC let me cut the line. So Lily, not happy about the bathroom situation at YC. It also seems like YC doesn't have enough bathroom support at their offices. They only have one. Come on, pan back. 2
gender neutral
total stall bathrooms. That's not enough, especially for a big event.
Yeah. Maybe they should be hiring like a bathroom coordinator.
Well, we hire a bathroom coordinator because if they used Athena, they'd be paying these massive margins.
You should be, if you're YC or you're any venture capitalist and you are trying to efficiently get people into your gender neutral bathrooms, you got to go to hireoverseas.com. It's the only place that you can hire a podcast clipper, a world-class marketer, and a bathroom attendant all on the same platform. All of the bathroom attendants for my house have been hired through hireoverseas.com. I wouldn't use anybody else.
I've been hiring people to sit in the middle and aisle seat when I fly, just because I don't want to take any chances on some weirdo sitting next to me ruining my flying experience from the window. So I've been using Hire Overseas. They have great middle seat coordinators, aisle seat conquistadors. They get up anytime you want. They don't take the armrests. They don't take their shoes off. They're not going to open up some sandwich where there's peppers falling off and kind of hitting your seat. They're not going to have a bag that's way too big, so now their feet are all in your space. They're not going to do any of that stuff because I use Hire Overseas. They're great people. They will custom source any person you need, guaranteed cheaper and better than what you'd get in the US. Stop hiring hungover frat and sorority people to work at your company. All they want to do is drink and watch sports. They don't actually care about your work, so stop doing it. Speaking of toilets, like the toilet cleaners you have, a lot of people have been asking me recently. It's been all over my feed, and Dexerto actually said it's going pretty viral.
Super viral. This is like the most viral thing on the internet this week.
Yeah, I can't get it off my feed. People are saying, what the hell is the tax on portable toilet rentals in Washington State?
Right.
And so since I rent a lot of these out, I had to look into it, and my head just started spinning. The owner of these outhouses and portable toilets have to pay sales tax or use tax on each unit because they're not re-renting them. and the owner also has to pay sales tax on the chemicals, toilet paper, and other supplies. So when I was running this business, there I couldn't figure out the tax on the toilet paper. How is that different from the tax on, am I re-renting it? So I let Numeral take care of all my portable toilet and outhouse taxes. And now people can poop in peace. Thanks to Numeral, they handle all of it. I'm so glad that
Shout out to Numeral. We
Yeah.
wouldn't be our outhouse business without you guys. Absolute class acts. They bring class to a classless business like portable toilet rentals.
That's right. And speaking of class is out of session at Amazon. The craziest part of the story is the leaked email. Did you see that story?
No.
Pretty much Amazon, they knew they were going to do these layoffs, and they accidentally sent a calendar invite like a day early.
Oof.
So they send out this calendar invite, and it's from like the executioner. It's like, there's at least one person at every company, if they're around the office, someone's getting laid off, if not a lot of people. So it comes from this lady, some like senior VP head of people, and it's clear that it's like a layoff meeting. And then they quickly delete it. They're like, fuck. We did not mean to send that out. Let's see if there's any screenshots of this.
Dude, that's brutal.
Yeah. Yep, they inadvertently announced in this email to employees.
Oof.
And 16,000 job layoffs. What do you think? And I saw it was like people think it's middle management. It's not just people like slaving away in the logistics centers.
Here's the thing. I would have been way off. Do you want to guess how many people work at Amazon?
Dude, I think it's fucking like 1.2 million.
That's what I would have guessed. It's like 1.6 million people.
Holy shit.
So, all these things, somebody was mentioning, I think when this came up, it was like Amazon laid off 16,000 people. I think a few months ago, they laid off another 7,000. There were another 10 or 12,000 like 2 years ago. These cuts are like really minor compared to the overall headcount.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's obviously brutal for those 16,000 people. I think especially in today's hiring economy, they should all go get new jobs through hireoverseas.com. Best place to find a new job. But I mean, the actual cuts in the organization of 1.6 million people, it's like just not that drastic.
I just did the math, 16K over 1.6 million, and it's like it's not that many people.
Right. Yeah, like if you're only cutting 1.380649 by 10 to the negative 22nd mkgs to the negative second k to the negative first, that's not that bad.
That's like what Jersey Mike's had to do when Blackstone cut the stake.
Actually, when I bought a Jersey Mike sub through Blackstone, that was my order total.
Right.
That's what they charged me. Yeah.
Jim Cramer, with all the Amazon layoff news, he had this tweet. My favorite tweets are the ones where they're very short and they fire the fuck up. Oh man, Jim Cramer tweets a lot. But everyone got wind of the Amazon layoffs, and he says, "What were those people at Amazon doing? No question mark, no nothing. People get pissed. Probably more work than you do in a day, Jim. They were paying for a mortgage. They were buying groceries. They were taking vacations. They were living." Jim, I mean, what do you think? Is Jim in the wrong here?
I think Jim Cramer's usually in the wrong. I don't know that Jim Cramer's ever been in the right.
Didn't inverse Jim Cramer beat the S&P?
Yeah, we need to pull that up. Inverse Jim Cramer. Shout out to that account. Inverse.
No, he not only beat the S&P, he beat Nancy Pelosi. I like how Yahoo Finance doesn't even have the gall to say Jim Cramer. The inverse Jim Cramer just beat Pelosi's portfolio. Oh God. Does every news article just have some fucked AI image now?
This is rough.
And
Well, I mean, you are on MSN.
Yeah. Shout out Inverse Jim Cramer. Sorry, Amazon is tough.
The US dollar.
You said Microsoft got murked too?
Yeah, Microsoft. People just didn't like, oh, that's brutal. Much CapEx spending like is going into all this AI stuff. I think it was like this is just kind of nuts that a $3 trillion company is down 12% in a day.
Holy shit.
That
And
is
it's
rough.
because of why?
They basically, I think, and all of this is, yeah, Restream, keep moving the fucking screen after I already make it go still. That's a good idea. God, these people. I say it like these people, like we have a real production team on the back end.
I'm gonna need to hit up my.
They keep like auto refocusing the screen after you've already screenshotted like 10 times.
Come on.
Yeah. So Microsoft announced earnings. They had a earnings beat, it looks like, and their quarterly revenue was way up. I mean, for a company doing $78 billion in quarterly revenue, for it to be up 18% year over year is not terrible.
Yeah.
So it's basically like getting all this, money in on all of these new AI deals and Microsoft Copilot and like all these things that they're, testing and owning. But the amount that they spend to build out like infrastructure to support all of this revenue is way more than the revenue. And so I just think like Microsoft is not really leading much of anything in AI. I think that they are like a market participant. They own they own a big chunk of OpenAI now. I think they own part of Anthropic now. So it's sort of they're in this like this basket of investments, and obviously they do a lot of stuff in data centers, but they're not NVIDIA. They're not like the leaders in really any of these things, but they're just a big enough company that owns enough stuff like in this AI race that a lot of people are like depending on them. And I think this was one of the first big company glimpses as to like all you've heard over the last quarter is like Microsoft is signing more deals. Microsoft is like partnering with this company. Microsoft is investing in that company. And then when the earnings came out, it was like, oh shit, actually this is costing us a ton of money.
You know who the real winners of this whole AI race is? It's not who you think. It's farmers in Michigan and Northern Virginia. Have you seen these crazy offers that these rural farmers are getting? $70,000 an acre. And I heard that like the way that these companies are going about it is like, this is on iMessage, which is chill. I've heard other stories of someone pulls up in a brand new Ford F-250, hops out and is like, hey, we'll give you $10 million for this land right now. Yes or no? Like the deal's going to expire in 5 minutes. So this is the crazy one that says it's not for sale. Understood. Thanks for my response. But how about this much money? 11 million for solar? No, we don't do solar. We don't do fucking solar. Who do you think we are? We do data center development. Okay. Plenty of other stories. 1.7 for a million acre, Northern Carolina. $700 million for 190 acres from Amazon. Amazon again, 270 million for 985 acres. 5,000 acre AI development. If you bought land in Northern Virginia.
Well, yeah. So 3-acre lot in DC, corner of Virginia, 100 million. Dennis sold all of his Microsoft. Ethan, huge fan of Microsoft. Greatest program ever.
Dude.
Email searchability. Yeah. And Outlook. Oh man, add them to our new sponsors list.
Teams. Do you know why energy in Northern Virginia is so cheap? Like why all these data centers are being built in Northern Virginia?
I don't know.
It's because back in the day, while I pull it up on Google to say an answer. No, I think it was something where Ooh, why is energy so cheap? I think the like government put up a ton of infrastructure traditionally below the national average. Okay. So now the energy costs are going up. Thanks a lot, data centers.
What I don't understand though is where was the person based who was having that like text conversation on X? The one that you
Michigan.
had up? Michigan?
Yeah,
Michigan is just like a bunch of feet.
exactly.
I guess like the thing about like farmland though is that if that's $70,000 an acre, depending on where it's at in Michigan, that is probably a lowball offer. Like a lot of the farm land producing acres in the Midwest, I think go for around that, if not higher, depending on the county. I mean, there's definitely counties in Minnesota, greatest state in the contiguous 48, that I think where you see, prices going at over $100,000 an acre.
Damn.
So I mean, this is obviously just it's a pretty large lot. If it's 11.2 million at 70,000 an acre. We don't do public math here, but I'll use my calculator.
I got I think it's about
160 acres.
syntax error. I think like around syntax error.
There's this book called this is important, Flash. This is a terrible name for a book, but it was a great book. It's called The Flash Boys by Michael Lewis. I don't remember much about the book because it came out over 10 years ago. But the thing that stood out to me is that it's about the technology used in like high frequency trading hedge funds. There would be things, which is fucking insane, where like there would be they would build like a new they would basically build like a new data center, or a new like rack farm for like all these different computers, and Blackstone and Apollo and Jane Street would be in there with all these like big guys. The Jane Street like IT team would pay extra money to these like server farms to be closest to like the main feed of like Ethernet cables that were going in. Because if you were like 10 feet closer, right? Like if you have like the computer in the back of the data center, you're like 1,000 feet more cable needs to be like all the information needs to like run through this cable. And like they were like paying off people in these data centers to get like access to like
nice
specific places, which is fucking insane.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. I hope that you're not paying Amazon Fresh or Amazon Go for your groceries to get closer, because they're closing all the stores. They don't care. They're done. Which is crazy. There's a massive Amazon Fresh in Factoria, Washington, the headquarters for T-Mobile. They're closing them all down. I had a friend who worked at Amazon Fresh. Look at this thing. And so I was wondering, why? Why would they do this? They have so much money. First of all, look how fat this thing is. This thing is, I think it was a Safeway before the Factoria Mall. Yeah, look how big this thing is.
Crazy.
This thing, it's shutting down.
I didn't even know that I did not know that there were like separate physical Amazon Fresh stores. I thought it was just Whole Foods.
No, I think let's see why. Why are they shutting down? Why?
It says that they are trying to focus more on the Whole Foods brand, I think.
Okay.
So they're doubling down on online grocery delivery and Whole Foods market expansion to reach more customers.
Damn.
How many locations of Amazon? Oh, they had 70 across the US.
Okay, so not that much. But they did, I just liked it because they had like smart cart technology. They had like they have one in Seattle where it's like you just sign in with your Amazon account. Like you can either use, I think, your Palm, or you can scan your Amazon QR code, and then there's no checkout. Like you walk around, you buy whatever you want, you grab whatever you want, and then you just walk right out.
Mm-hmm.
No checkout.
Yeah, it's pretty slick, and it's always like worked. You haven't been double charged for stuff.
I only went there once with someone else who paid. So if he was double charged, I don't know. But this in delivery seems to be a huge trend, because at the same time I saw this Amazon tweet, they say, yeah, no more physical stores. I saw this guy, Cannon Reeves, who's opening a new type of grocery store in Austin called Goods, pickup only grocery store. So all you do is you order and you just drive up and pick up your groceries. There's no shopping. Okay, so they have these massive fulfillment centers close by, and they have all these different types of, you want Trader Joe's stuff,
cool.
Walmart,
Have
Whole
everything.
Foods.
Yeah.
How
do they do that?
You tell us what you want.
I mean, how do you just, I mean, this is like, it's like the Instacart problem all over. Like, does he say more about, like, so Costco is one of these. The footprint of a Whole Foods or a Costco, or certainly a Target, is massive. Like, how are they stocking? They probably don't have the full like SKU lineup of Costco.
We're stocking thousands of items.
Okay.
So it's not going to be all of them. But it is cool if you can get a pallet of Fairlife and also Trader Joe's sour strawberry strips, and also whatever the Whole Foods brand is. But
I can see that. I could see this being a big thing. Like we use Target pickup quite a bit with the kids, because it's just like, you don't want to pay, if you're getting a bunch of groceries, you don't want to pay all the like crazy delivery fees on top. And we're like half a mile away from a Target.
Yeah.
So sometimes if we're out and about, my wife will just like schedule it all through the app. I'll be like with one of the kids or two of the kids and just like pop in, 5 minutes later, they just load up the trunk and you're off to the races.
Yep.
So I think the concept is cool, and it's way cooler that they have like 7 or 8 different brands under one roof. It's a good idea.
Yep. My girlfriend does that. My girlfriend's family, she has a big family, and they always do these massive Safeway pickups. I don't know. I'll get used to it. One thing for me is I don't like other people picking out my produce. That's the thing. I'm so picky about, once you're in the store and they have the pile of onions, that's when everyone turns into a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And you turn into the pickiest person on earth. When you're looking at the onions, that one a little brown, that one, there's too much of the skin off of it. You like to inspect. I don't want someone else to pick that shit out for me, especially with bananas. I mean, bananas, some people, it's too green. If there's one spot of brown on it, some people, I'm out. Some people want the brown. I mean, can I request, hey, I want a third of it to be covered in brown spots? Because when I'm in the store, I pick whatever I want.
Yeah. You're pro DEI on your produce. We get it.
Tell me where you lay on this tiny ass image that I can't. How about this? Yeah. Where are you at?
I mean, any of the middle three are acceptable.
I agree.
I mean, the first one in a pinch, the last one, the
no way
you toss. I mean,
in a dire, in what
if you really need potassium, you go for just like a very hard underripe banana. Now and again.
I like throw up or gag if I eat these. It's so bad.
Have you heard the thing that like the way that they ship these bananas? We a year or two ago. This is an interesting story that everybody wants to hear. A year or two ago, we were at Costco. Shout out to Costco, big sponsor of the live stream. And we got this like bunch of bananas that was like more underripe than that. These were like just pure green. And like 2 days later, they weren't getting more yellow. 3 days later, they weren't getting more yellow. A week later, they weren't getting more yellow. And so we're like, dude, these bananas are like, they have to be like made out of plastic or something. It's a common problem. I forget exactly what it is, but they basically treat bananas a lot of time with some sort of like a gas to like slow down the ripening process. And if they get that, like, if they like gas up the bananas too much, it gets all fucked up and they never become ripe.
Ethylene gas
Okay, so it's
exposure.
lacking the sufficient ethylene gas exposure to start ripening.
So you didn't even place them in a brown paper bag with a
never
ripe
did. We
banana
threw 'em
or
away.
apple and move them to a warmer spot? It's interesting that if you want a banana to get ripe, you have to put it with a ripe banana and seal them in a bag together so that the green one gets peer pressure and is like,
This
why
is
can't-
a great theory by a train to push out the sell by date products. That is genius of stores. That's like evil genius stuff.
pickers are trained to push out the cell. What does that mean?
I think that they're saying, like, if you go order something from Target, they're like, instead of like hooking you
Oh.
up and giving you like the perfect bananas, they're like, oh, these bananas are about to go bad. We'll just like put
Right.
them in the bag because the normal consumer is not going to go in and pick these.
Of course, exactly. It's the same thing with. Did you see the Chipotle delivery versus in-store controversy?
No, is
Or
it the smaller burritos?
Dude, I gotta find it for the next time. This one guy did like a Nick Shirley type investigation and got way too worked up about it. Like, he was like, I placed the same order for pickup and then the in-store, and then he like confronted the cashier and was like, this is the same order. Why isn't it the same weight? Like, he brought a scale in and weighed his Chipotle burrito.
That's so good.
So the in-store generally yields larger portions, but this applies to the whole philosophy of grocery pickup too. If you are staring the person in the face going, give me chicken now, then they're going to give you more chicken than if you go online and say, user 556 wants chicken, right? It's human nature.
That's I can totally see that. Yeah, the side by side there is.
Can we pull up this graph real quick? So this is how unemployed people are these days.
This is so good.
They're using Tableau to graph out their Chipotle weight. And as you can see, the density and weight tend to be larger in person.
Yeah, I mean the if this is at all true, it's like you're getting 30% more weight if you go in person, which I totally believe.
So
I totally believe that. Do you want to see we're changing topics violently here, but I'm not going to come back to this next week, so I have to show it now. This is the most frustrating video on the internet today, and I'm going to go into the why. Okay, here we go. Let's see how Restream fucks up this. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So this random account, this is what knowing your physics well means. So I'm not going to play the audio, but it's a bunch of kids. They're trying to grab the orange. It's a jar that's filled up and they all spill the water out. Okay. Because none of them understand how physics work. Right. Okay. They're all trying to grab it without spilling out the water. That's the point of the video. Okay. So then the teacher goes, oh, this is how you do it. You spin up the water. The orange naturally floats to the top. Look at this shit. She still spills a fuckload of water grabbing it at the end.
And all the kids, yay, yes.
She spilled more water than half these kids.
Can we get
what
a
are we
replay
talking about?
Let's get a replay on that teacher grab. Oh, God.
Look at this. Tons of water spills down the side. Are you kidding me? This needs to be the new live stream where we just scream at like.
We should just become a react channel.
Faked videos on the internet. Yeah, the Archimedes game, exactly.
Last thing about Chipotle. See, this is what your unemployed friend does on a 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. He brings a laser thermometer to test whether your Chipotle pickup is colder than the in-person, which, yeah, obviously it is.
Yeah, of course.
Waiting.
This guy has 178,000 subscribers and we only have 11.
18K views. Yeah, this is bullshit. We need to start doing.
Everybody listening to this, go follow Raised and Confused on YouTube.
Please.
In case we lose our X sponsorship, we're going to have to move everything over to YouTube. I think we have like 12 subscribers there now. That's pretty good.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Klein Tools. They make all sorts of weird stuff.
Speaking of, I'm not even sure what we're speaking about anymore. Chipotle, oranges, physics. It's not enough that you have widgets to tell you each week, or like, Smartsheet or Monday.com as like a priority organizer. You need to have your home screen be 6 different things telling you when you're going to die, approximately. So when I ask you what time is it, don't say it's 11:10 a.m. PT. I want you to say you have approximately 576 months to live. I want you to show me this chart with a lot of dots on how many days are left in the year. I want you to show me this bar chart, how much time is left in the day.
If somebody, okay, if somebody pulled out their phone and they had this on the lock screen or on their home screen or whatever, and they said, "Hey, Chris, check this out. I only have 576 months to live." I would draw a gun, shoot them dead, and say, "No, you don't."
Because I used the Kalshi iMessage widget to bet Jeff that you were going to die tomorrow. So
Yeah.
now you need to die. This is how you parlay. I have a parlay on the Seahawks and you dying.
That's the most ominous thing that you could text somebody this week. By the way, I have a parlay on the Seahawks winning and you dying. Me dying win.
Everything's a casino.
All right. Do we have anything else? I got a bunch of stuff, but it's not, we can save it. Is this true, by the way? Speaking of Seahawks, go Hawks. Is this true that Ramp is our good friends of the stream? Ramp is going to have a Super Bowl commercial?
Yep, I think so.
Wow.
Dude, this guy, Kevin, Ramp must be giving him a bag.
This video is pretty, I liked it. It was very catchy. It's like the army of, like the Kevin army or whatever.
It'd be lame if they posted the video beforehand.
Yeah, this has got to be like hyping the Ramp Super Bowl ad. So the ones that I'm looking forward to the most, Ramp, Coca-Cola is going to have one. A lot of people are saying that they're going to merge with Pepsi and they're going to announce it live at the Super Bowl. I'm saying that.
That's bullshit.
I'm saying
okay.
Myself and probably another person are both saying that. I'm looking forward to the Ramp one, ramp.com. Shout out. Also, CapitalOne.com. Just bought Brex. If you want to sponsor the podcast, send me a DM. The Salesforce one is the one that I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah.
The Mr. Beast produced Salesforce ad. That's going to be legit.
What about Lay's TurboTax? Nerds Candy coming out with another one. Oakley Meta Glasses, Squarespace, Ritz, Svedka Vodka's first ad, Toyota, Uber Eats, and more. Its record price is $8 million for a 30-second national spot.
What if Uber Eats, what if their ad is just, it's just like image of a Prius pulling up at a Chipotle, and then they're picking up a small burrito that only weighs 600 grams instead of 900 grams, and they're driving it to some guy's townhome, and then that guy, like the customer, just pulls the Uber Eats burrito out of the bag and he reaches into his coat and you're like, oh no. And then he just pulls out a thermal gun and he points it at the burrito and goes, "This shit's cold." And then it's like Uber Eats. And that's the whole ad.
Nice. They need to hire that guy who did
$8 million for an ad. Is that what you said? $8 million for an ad?
Yep. And Hims and Hers also coming out with everyone in the US has erectile dysfunction and they are monetizing it. Okay? They are coming out with a Super Bowl ad. And it's called Rich People Live Longer. That's the theme of the ad with a simple message. The era of health as a luxury good is over. Rich people stop living longer. Now anyone can live longer. I'm sure that they're just on the Brian Johnson hype train.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
who owns them?
They're just an independent public company.
Damn.
I think their stock has gotten crushed.
Yep, publicly traded. BlackRock has an investment. They're partnering with Jersey Mike. Oh, wait, what's this? I got to share this tab. They partner with Jersey Mike so that anyone who orders 15 sandwiches will get a free subscription to a pharmaceutical of their choice. That's cool.
Eat a Jersey Mike's, get a free Moderna shot. What are we here for, folks? Hims and Hers stock. It's gotten beaten up a little bit. It's still up over 5 years. The Hims and Hers is interesting because it is the outside of like Snowflake, which by the way doesn't count. It is like one of the only companies that has been incubated in a studio that's not like a venture capital company incubating something. Because people always say, oh, like Thrive incubated Oscar Health and Sutter Hill incubated Snowflake. Those didn't really count. This was just like a group of random, it wasn't actually random, it was pretty legit team of founders who they launched like 30 companies over 2 years, and then this actually took off and went public. So it was like a true studio model where they were just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And tons of people have tried this model. And in general, you don't get much out of it. But the other one that is a very successful company that came out of a studio model, Liquid Death.
Really?
Yep. Liquid Death was like founded out of, I think it was founded out of Science Inc. Yeah, so Science Inc. is like incubation studio. I don't know. Maybe it was actually founded independently, but Science just participated in the funding. I'm not sure.
Well, on
this website's all fucked up. Oh, here we go. Interesting.
On the health side, last thing, our boy BJ still hasn't gotten hit by a Waymo, but he is calling out his number one competitor. I'd cancel your AG1 subscription. He said AG1 ain't doing shit. Okay, it's been shilled on so many. Damn, AG1 brand account in the fight. Brian, this year-old study doesn't say what you're claiming. It showed improved nutrient status and digestive quality of health, consistent with multiple randomized placebo-controlled AG1 trials. Data is greater than narratives. Brian, let's be real. You pay influencers $4 to promote, not because it's worth $79, but because you guys all get rich. Trying to defend a legit stance is silly. It's disingenuous to people sincerely trying to improve their health. AG1, let's stick to the facts. To our knowledge, we have conducted more human clinical trials on the full formula than any other similar single SKU. So AG1 and BJ, neck and neck. Someone calls in Grok. Grok says AG1 provides a nutrient boost, but its 2025 trial showed no significant microbiome.
Go up to his original reply, So the let's be real. Pull that up again. You pay influencers. This is the funniest part about this argument. Brian Johnson, literal snake oil salesman, because he has an olive oil brand that is literally called snake oil.
Oh,
which, by the way, we need to block.
Okay. Nice.
But might also be a snake oil salesman on some of his health claims. I don't know. The funniest thing about this is he says, not because it's worth $79, but because you all get rich. I like how he just doesn't discount them to zero. He ends it with the health benefits of AG1 are worth $30 max. That is so funny.
Which
Take an $80 product and just pull $30 out of thin air and go, this is not worth 79. It's worth 30 at max.
which is a much better roast. I heard a story this guy told me in the gym. I went to Vegas over the break and we ate at Hell's Kitchen and Lumsey restaurant, and we got like the New Year's Eve tasting menu, and it was the worst meal I've had maybe ever. Like, not only was it like, it was like, I think $300 a person, and not only was it not satisfactory for the price, because $300, you're like, this should be good. It was worse than like Chipotle, like much worse than Chipotle. It was actually gross. I tried beef tartare for the first time, which is fucking disgusting. Tastes like dog food. The beef Wellington was cold. I could go on and on. Anyway, so I'm ranting to a guy in the gym about this. He goes, dude, why didn't you call a manager over and tell them what you wanted to pay? I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, anytime I'm at a restaurant and like I pay like $20 for a burger, I'll call the manager over if it's bad and I'll go, this burger's not worth $20. I'll pay you $10. And apparently like 90% of the time they're like, okay. Because I guess it's better than nothing. But have you heard of that strategy before?
No, but I have a new strategy now.
Yeah, you just tell people what you want to pay.
I wonder what like can you just do this with anything? This is fascinating. Can you stay in a hotel that's an expensive hotel? It's $1,000 a night hotel, and go, that was nice. $700 nice, not $1,000 nice.
Right. Well, I'm wondering with restaurants, I wonder if you are legally obligated. What's the legal obligation if you're a waiter at Cracker Barrel and I say, I'll take the burger, and I see that it's $25. Like when you order something, then I go, okay, that burger is going to be $25. Is that okay with you? Like you don't know the price. You just say, I'll have the burger. And I see that it's $25, but that's it. If you bring it and it's fucking ass, am I legally required to pay that $25? Or is there something where it's like, you know,
I mean, the managers at places like cancel out food all the time.
Right.
So
are you legally required to pay for food at a restaurant?
This is like you could be like one of those assholes who every time a cop pulls him over just like puts a little card up to the window and is like, I maintain my rights. I don't have to do. It's like, just show him your ID, right? It's like, just pay the check. But what if you don't have to? Now we're in legal territory.
Unfortunately, the short answer is yes. In almost all cases, you're legally required to pay, even if the food is bad. Why you might not have to pay or can refuse, it's unsafe. The order is materially wrong, like you order something, or if there's a missing ingredient, or the restaurant agrees to comp or replace it. So exactly, you can say, I only want to pay $10, and the manager a lot of times will say, sure, I got you.
You know, it's a bummer. I was hoping, as we were doing this, I was hoping that that AG1 had like a little chat bot, because I was going to try to chat with them and see if I could get a subscription for $30 instead of $79.
Yeah, which you should be able to.
I can't find any way. I could just have to sign in.
There was this one guy who Starbucks has or had a policy where if you don't like your drink, they'll make you another one.
Right.
And he would just order a Frappuccino, drink the whole thing, and then bring it back up and be like, I didn't like it. And he did it like 4 times, and they kept refilling his drink, more angry every time. I'm trying to find it.
They have to have a cut. I mean, that would make sense to have we'll make it one time, and if not, we just refund.
Let's see. I didn't like it, the free drink policy. We're just going to start telling people how to be the worst person of all time in public.
Yeah.
All right, I'll post it in our Slack. Join our Slack.
Join our Slack. You have no way of joining it from here, but join it.
Good luck
Most
finding it.
importantly, here are the most important things. Go follow Kevin on X. Go follow Raised Confused on X. We need to get both of those follower counts up. You know why? Because right now, Ankur is beating you in the streaming game right now.
Motherfucker. How to pay less taxes? We already know how to do that. You hire Numeral. Shut down that guy's stream. Guys,
shut it down. Might actually be an investor in his company. So, well, that's okay. He's not paying us. I don't give a shit.
The only people paying us is Chipotle.
Oh, good. The restream comments just broke again. That's perfect.
Anytime you stream for longer than like an hour or 45 minutes, they just blow up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well,
until next time.
That's what happened between Tuesday at 11:30 and Thursday at 9:30. A lot. We went over airlines, gender neutral bathrooms, attire at work, aisle seats.
Also, I don't know if this is true. This is big news. I just saw it. By the next time we stream, we could be streaming from the SpaceX platform, previously known as X, previously known as Twitter, previously known as Odeo.
Holy shit. Dude, that's insane. And if Kalshi posts it, you know it's legit. Yeah. In the meantime, until Tuesday, guys, go place prediction market bets with your friends on iMessage. Make money off your rich friends. Make sure to not place a pickup order at Chipotle. Make sure to use Numeral. If you're selling anything on the internet, use Numeral to stay compliant. It's the AI native solution for sales tax. You guys know how many countries is in. I'm not even going to say it anymore. It's over 70. Texas and Tanzania. Stop worrying about sales tax. And while you're at it, stop worrying about hiring. Leave it to the boys at Hire Overseas, Philip and Harlan, good friends of the pod. We use them personally. This isn't some shill. Go talk to them. If you want to hire anybody, talk to them first. Don't post on LinkedIn and get a ton of horrible applicants. They will find someone for you for a lot less than you'd hire anywhere else for.
The best. All right. Until next Tuesday, the entire world's going to change by then. I can't wait. We're out. Oh,
SpaceX
it's on me to end the stream. I always forget it's on me to end the stream. I just keep saluting and waving.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to end this? Our producer.
No, let's just keep chilling.
Yeah.
And talk about personal subjects. I think that stream went pretty well.
Yeah, I think that went really well. Anyways, you were asking for my credit card number. It's 5